Mandela and I'm asking you to check out Carnival Slayers on YouTube. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button, like and share. Remember, Carnival Slayers bring you the vibes. Mandela Links endorse it to the fullest. Large. Make sure you check it out. Carnival Slayers on YouTube. Like, share and subscribe.
Carnival Slayers.
Woi, Olia. Guess what's going on? We back, We here. Slayers Hot Sauce is in full effect. We are inside. We outside. It might be a little hot right now in London City, even though it's meant to be it's meant to be hot. We go take it. We go take what we get. So welcome everybody. We have a fantastic panel for you all this evening once again, and we're going to be talking about Notting Hill Carnival. I feel I will start with the boss lady, because she's been doing her thing all summer long, I'm giving you a little tabanca. We have a hot sauce tabanca. I feel plenty people have a hot sauce tabanca, So, Nai, good evening to you, the boss.
Yes,
how you doing?
Good evening, everybody.
Hello.
I'm good. Yeah, man, I'm good. How are you?
Well, we're in our Destiny house. I good. You rallied the troops today. And it's a pleasure to see you. Well, I see you just the other day, but you know what I mean. You know what I mean. On Slayers Hot Sauce, you understand what I'm saying. And I saw pictures of you on the road for Notting Hill Carnival, but we will get to that. We will get to that in a little bit. There
wasn't that many pictures, I'm actually gutted I didn't take that many
enough was seen because I want to ask Marsha how she doing, Miss Pondy Road UK, because she was pon the road. Hi, sorry. Hi, Pondy Road UK. How you doing? You all right?
Hi. Long time. Good.
So long I didn't see you. Well, I even want to talk about that like spot because that is more back on already. Joining us as well, T-Bone representing. How you doing, my brother?
I'm good. How you doing?
Well, I good enough. I real good. I'm a water and thing because I still drinking real water and mind my business. Real water.
Yeah.
Especially this topic here. Real water. But it's good to have you on board, Slayers Hot Sauce.
Thank you.
That we want to say hi to Marcia. How you doing? You all right?
Hi.
Marcia,
pause.
Oh.
Damn.
It's good to see you. Welcome to Slayers Hot Sauce. This is not. Let me make sure until everybody know, right? This is not cayenne pepper, right? We don't do cayenne pepper. We're not doing pimento here. We're not doing none of that. This is hot sauce, right? Hot sauce. So make sure when you're putting it on, we don't want to slide. Put it on heavy. When you have the chana, the barrel chana, and you have some tamarind sauce and kuchila, we want hot sauce only. All right? Especially with this topic, we want hot sauce only. So glad to have you on board, Marcia. Rachel, go Rachel.
It's your birthday.
There ain't gonna be any birthday things going on in this room tonight. Well, maybe after the show.
Oh, hey, what are you talking about? What are you talking about? There's nothing after this. What is this?
No. When the cameras are off and
Hey. Okay. All right.
Not the water.
Oh my goodness. Miss Beeford, how you doing? You all right?
I'm good. I'm here in St. Martin, so that's why the connection might be a little bit off.
Where is in St. Martin?
Yeah, I had to come down for a family emergency, but I hear.
St. Martin, sweeter?
It is.
Sweet. Yeah. Sorry, Olia. St. Martin, real sweet for real. Or they should really visit down there. The beaches, oh my gosh. On the French side, oh la la. Anyway, we gonna talk about that later, right? Must be fair, we gonna talk about that later. But it's glad to have all of you all here. And the topic this evening is real simple. Are you ready? Are you know what's the topic? Are you sure you're ready to talk about this? Some people say, I am done with Notting Hill Carnival. Are you? Must be fit. Asking you first. Are you done with Notting Hill Carnival?
I'm very close to making that decision. I'm down to now just going Sunday and forgetting all about Monday.
Hmm. Why?
This was the worst experience ever at Notting Hill Carnival in my 13 years of going.
Mm-hmm.
And, from down to me myself getting boxed in the face. And,
Wait. What? You see, that is the source I'm talking about. That is not in a good
What?
way. Huh? Not in a good way, but you get boxed in the face by who? Why?
I
For what?
was caught in a crossfire of a fight that was happening behind the band that I was with. And I got punched in the face accidentally by one of the guys. I know
Right.
him, he knows me, but I think in the heat of the moment, he kind of maybe misfired or something, and then I got caught in the face.
I'm
I think
gonna
I
be
had
devil's advocate, huh?
huh?
I'm gonna be devil's advocate right now and ask you one
Mm.
question. Were you in the rope or outside the rope?
Oh, in the rope. Why doing outside?
Interesting. Wow. Okay. Wow.
It happened 3 times in the ropes behind our band.
Wow.
And within the same fight, my friend got kicked in the chest.
Fighting.
When's that kung fu movie? Was good? There was taping a kung fu movie or something behind there. Or?
Wow.
The people from outside, they were coming into the masqueraders space quite often.
Mm-hmm.
So the guys that were inside our band, they got frustrated with it because security weren't doing their job. And then they had to end up sticking up for the girls, and then it ended up being like, I even have videos because it was insane. I actually couldn't believe what I was seeing. People actually fighting,
Oh, what
you
was this
know.
fighting for?
They were fighting because the people on the outside got vexed that the guys who was on the inside playing with our band was sticking up for the ladies, basically, because they were coming in trying to whine on all the girls, joking all the girls, touching the girls, but the security weren't doing their job. So the boys in the band had to basically stick up for us, but then it just got real nasty.
Wow.
Hmm.
Well, really sorry that was your experience. For Notting Hill Carnival on the Monday that is
Yeah.
this year. That should never happen. That's really disappointing. That even security didn't really step up to the plate and manage the situation in a much better way. You know,
Yeah. And even
ladies
on
didn't get
top of
any.
that,
It's
even
a
on
more
top of that, yeah, because I don't give you the sauce anyways. I don't care. Nobody could fight
okay.
me.
I don't
So
care. So it's
I
all
want to
right.
know.
Bring it, bring it, bring it.
I
Load
want to
it,
know what
load it,
band this is.
load it.
uh
I want to know what band this is.
oh, it was Rain Mass Band.
Okay,
So
go ahead.
I was just disappointed the fact that band leaders and whoever was involved didn't even come by to say, you know what, Mel, you okay? Or my friend who's SJ, Shauna, she also got damaged, and to at least check in on us to see, yo, you okay? And they know me. They know me. They know what happened. So I was just a bit like, that's not nice. And that doesn't leave a good taste in nobody's mouth to want to come and work with you again. You understand? Because I brought people who never played mass before. I brought them with me. That was their first time playing mass. 3 girls along with me the whole day. And they didn't have a good time. And now they don't want to ever go back.
They don't want to ever go back to the mass band, or they don't ever want to go back to Notting Hill Carnival.
Well, two said they don't want to go back to Notting Hill Carnival at all. And one said she would just have to find a different band to play with because the security wasn't good.
Right. Okay. And did they give a reason why it is? Was that the bulk of their reason that they don't want to come back to Notting Hill Carnival because of what they experienced on the Monday?
No, a lot of sexual assault happened. I'll be very honest with you. A lot. This is the most I've ever experienced in my life. And I had customer guys passing by. I shouldn't even speak of it lightly. I had customer guys passing by, maybe tapping my bumsy or something, and or they try to dance and then they don't really get the response that they expected. So they kind of get a little attitude. I understand those things. But running your hand up inside of my clothing, like inside of like I was touched in a very disrespectful way many times. And I actually had a breakdown, an anxiety attack with one of my friends there because everybody carries trauma and people don't know what's going on in people's head. And then when something like that happens, you don't know how you're gonna respond. My whole body shut down, and I was shivering from head to toe. And that's never happened to me. I have tough skin. Like I could write out a lot of things, but I guess it just happened way too frequently that day. And it kind of put me off. I even stand up in front of a pole to dance at one point, and men still finding their way to squeeze them hands through to touch up my body and stuff. And I just like there's no safety and no respect for the masqueraders.
Well, I can definitely understand that. And I saw a few instances from my vantage point on the truck where it is even people who are not even in the band, just people that may be following a band, and it's very apparent that the level of respect for women on the road for carnival has deteriorated a lot.
Yeah.
And it's very, very a difficult thing for me to swallow because I mean, I can't jump down off my truck and start a rumble with nobody because obviously that
Yeah.
creates an even bigger problem.
Yeah.
Um, and there's probably every single woman in here will probably have a different way of dealing with an issue like that comes up, you know. So for your friends and they who said that they don't really want to come back to Nottingham Carnival, it's a big disappointment. Not
Mm.
only to you as their friend, but also to the Carnival UK Carnival community
Yeah.
because Notting Hill Carnival shouldn't be going away. It ain't going away,
No.
you know.
No.
It's just that people like yourself who have said these things need to say it to the right ears,
Yeah.
And the more people that say to the right ears, it would only support the need for having a better security presence all the way through the route and
Hmm.
implementing changes where masqueraders feel safe.
Yeah. There needs to be more respect with the ropes. Like it would even be great if we got barriers
Oh,
because
that
the
was there
little
before.
ropes that yeah, but we can't be prioritizing these people over revelers. Like, we
Mm,
actually paying to be there, and it just feels as though they getting more priority. At one point, it literally could have only been me and one of my girls walking inside of the rope. That's all the
mm,
space it had.
yeah.
And that
All
ain't no
right.
vibe. We can't free up.
All right, must be fit. So, bouncing off of you, I'm gonna speak to Miss Ponderoad and hear her take on are you done with Notting Hill Carnival, and also if it is you could support must be fit a little bit based on her experience.
Yeah, okay, so based on this experience, um, I get exactly what she's saying. I don't understand people, they come to the carnival, they see in the costume, and they don't understand the culture, or they just think it's an opportunity to rub up and smear women. For me, last year, I actually found it a little bit worse for me with people touching me inappropriately with different bands last year. This year, the security was pretty good, and we didn't have many people inside the ropes. But outside the ropes, like, and I've seen it and I've experienced it before, it does get a little bit too much. And as a woman, it's a shame that I have to feel that I have to navigate how I'm going to respond to these situations. I shouldn't have to be thinking, okay, well, if I turn around and just kick him in his, you understand, what's that gonna bring on? What's that gonna instigate? If I try to play it off and just let him do two little rub and think, and try to move away, is that gonna lead to him then thinking, okay, she wants more? Like, you just don't know how to play the situation, and it's really bad that as a woman that I have to actually think like that because I don't know who the next madman is. Some guys
Yeah.
come in and some guys would just go a 360 on you and you don't
Yeah.
know it. You're face down on the floor and he's stamping on your head.
Yeah. I mean, I slapped people. I'll be very honest with you. I slapped quite a few guys. I even made one guy kneel down on the ground and apologize because I was actually so shocked. And I'm moments. I could fight, but I Yeah,
Yeah, well,
Oh
sorry, my
no.
internet is a little bit off.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you're gonna have to say that again. We missed
No, I
that.
was just saying that I slapped at least 5 people between the 2 days, and it wasn't like I just want to slap people, but the level of disrespect was so insane. And normally I'm just cool, you have a little drink, your vibes in, you're like, you know what, just give them a blind and just go about my business because I want to enjoy my day. But I was like, nah, this is literally, you just touched my lips, so it needed a slap. It needed a slap. And I had to make someone bow, like literally go on his knees and apologize because that's too much. That's too much disrespect. And my girls would have been on the fight. If you want to scrap and you want to behave like that, we can definitely do that. But let's have some decorum. Let's have some respect and treat women with respect. And if you're gonna get a lesson today, it will be from me.
you see, I'm busting people head, yes? I'm busting their head.
Absolutely,
Hey, but
and,
absolutely.
and
but
this guy doing serious weights in the gym, yeah. Just wanted to
Yeah,
add
yeah.
that.
Busting their head, boy.
We're
I
putting them to
don't
good
leave my
use.
house for that. I don't leave my house for that. But yeah, besides being able to relate and having to say navigate my way around how you
Yeah.
respond to unwanted attention, this year's
Mhm.
carnival for me was I had a nice time, but yet the crowd management and how they orchestrate the streets and how they manage the onlookers looking at the parade, it's they can't see the parade, they can't see us no more.
Mm,
There used to be barriers, as Katrina said, there used to be barriers. Now with all the red tape and bureaucracy, all the foolishness that's going on, we don't have barriers no more. So, this is what takes away from actually seeing all the hard work from the designers, the mass fans. It all takes it all away because no one can't see your costume properly. You can't
mm-hmm.
display your costume. I don't. Yeah, that for me is the only thing about Notting Hill Carnival. Like it's getting harder and harder to actually masquerade.
Mm.
The point of the parade route is to see these beautiful costumes in all their glorious forms, big, small, you know, Rockajumbi. You can't see them because people are just overly crowded.
Yeah.
So it's a little bit worrying, from that point of view. But otherwise than that, I had a good time. I did walk up and carry on bad and things.
Well, I'm glad you had a good time on the road. I real glad. I real glad. Can I talk to T-Bone? Ladies, is it okay if I just talk to T-Bone for a minute? Is that
Yeah,
all right?
man.
T-Bone.
Yeah, do you think?
Your experience on Carnival Sunday and Monday, does it leave you wanting a do over, or you were happy with the road?
I really enjoyed Sunday because I went to Juvie for the first time and I did something I hadn't done before, which was jab. And up
Yeah.
until maybe two, I would say it was nice. I couldn't stay on Sunday because I had to go somewhere else. But from what I saw on Sunday, I felt like it was carnival. Whereas Monday now, when we passed the judge's point, and I don't know the roads like that, but when we reached at the top to turn onto Portobello Road, it became chaotic. At that point, I felt like it wasn't carnival anymore. I felt like it was a festival full of
Mm-hmm.
people that came to see something they had no idea about. And I was hearing, I made a video about it. I think most of you saw it. Normally, I don't do videos, but I had to speak about it. And I felt like a lot of people that came there, they had no clue about what was meant to happen. They
Mm.
thought, oh, since it's a flow, they should be playing all type of music. They should be doing this. They should be doing that, and it messed up the vibe. To me, from 3 p.m., I would say I didn't enjoy the carnival on Monday at all. And the fact that we couldn't control the crowd to not be inside the truck, it was really dangerous. It was scary. And when I took the video, I looked at it from the top of the floor. I was shocked, you know, and that's why I said I don't know if I want to do Carnival Monday again. But must be fit. I wanted to ask you a question.
Yeah.
I know you travel a lot. Have you experienced this kind of behavior anywhere else?
No, I literally just came from Grenada the week before Carnival,
Mm.
and not one thing went like that. Not
See,
one
Listen, I saw her
thing.
on the road whining. I've got
Yes.
video of her
Yes,
whining.
enjoying myself.
And
Your end of your name begins with A. I see her on the road. Listen, don't let me bring up them videos, yeah. Listen, I have
I ain't
those
even get
videos. I
one
have
good
receipts.
walk up at Notting Hill. I ain't get one good walk up at Notting Hill.
which, you know
No,
what, it shows that I think the young generation, they are out of touch with the Caribbean culture. It shows that, you know, their perception of what we do is completely different than what
So
it
wrong.
is, you know. And they, I feel like at this point they should separate the road and the sound systems. So then the ones who want to go
Absolutely.
to the sound system will go somewhere, and then the ones who want to come to the road, you know, put the sound system in the high part. I don't care.
Far,
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah, yeah.
far.
And then keep the road as it is. So then one, you have less people on the road, and then
Okay.
those that will be there will know what they come for. Like
Yeah,
panorama.
I definitely just interject quickly. 100% agree with that, T-Bone.
Mhm.
Put the Carney people, the people that come for Carney in Hyde Park.
In high park.
Yeah? The Carney crew. Let
Mhm.
them go Hyde Park. Yes? Leave
yeah.
us for the
Yeah.
road.
Yeah, but
That
also
was
you
my
see the
interjection.
fets and stuff, the fets that they promote, like, Dreamland or Jam Juve and thing like that. The
Mm.
platforms that they're using to promote these fets and stuff on now have increased the number of non-Caribbean people up, not even just
Stomans.
non-Caribbean people, because you don't want to gatekeep necessarily just the Caribbean people, because I like to open the floor obviously to everybody in every background, but it's the people who don't understand or respect the culture, who don't
Yeah.
even take a moment to understand why these people celebrating like they're celebrating, why they're wearing what they're wearing, what's the whole thing about, before coming there and just seeing it as a field day for sexy girls wearing a little bit of clothing.
Mm.
Yeah,
I can't say
and
that.
it eliminates that. Sorry. Go ahead.
I
Yeah, yeah,
can't
yeah.
say that. I would say that Jam Juve and Dreamland and all that. That's not. I can't say that. I blame that on them. I think that what you call it, Carnival in this country, because obviously I like Dreamland and I like what you call it, Jam Juve. I don't think it has anything to do with the people that come into Carnival and respecting that. So I said I think they got good fets, right?
No,
I
but what
think
I'll
that
say is they've changed. Sorry, go
they
But
ahead.
have
you
they
know what
have they
happened?
definitely. But I think
It's
the
been,
whole. I think okay. The whole. Can I just say something? Sorry. The whole of. I think the whole of the UK has changed because of the generation of children coming now. You have to understand that before it was Windrush children, right? Windrush children. Then you had their grandchildren or so on, their children's children. You know, my parents are not born here, so we're still gonna have the culture. You know, I'm still used to granny's cooking, or do you see what I mean? I'm still used to that. My
Mm,
mother's not from this country, so you will have that kind of a culture. A lot of these kids coming up now, you have to understand, like, you'll see, it's very young at Carnival. Their parents are born here. A lot of their parents don't even embrace sometimes fully their culture. And remember, a lot of the kids are
mm,
not even interested. They haven't even traveled to any of, they're not in, they've all wanted to go to Dubai and all of this and blah, blah, blah. They're not really interested the way how, was it the generation before them, are celebrating being, from the Caribbean. They're more like,
mm,
I'm British, I'm a British, I'm a British. They're like, I'm nothing to do, they don't want nothing to do with that. So you have to understand that they're not really going to even understand or want to understand their culture. Also, another thing, so I don't want to stay too long as well. Windrush generation, they was all big, massive families. Culture was very, very strong. Nowadays, you've got single parents, grown up kids. There's no culture going on. There's nothing. You don't really see grandma, granddad, the whole family having that Sunday dinner. Everybody celebrating Caribbean culture. You don't really get that at home. So the kids aren't even learning anything about their past. How they going to know? Half of them have never even been to a different country to go to Carnival for them to even understand. So all they're looking at is thinking, yeah, it's one big party. They're not caring about the culture because culture in their household is not even important. So why are you going
yeah.
to expect them to even care about, their family's culture on the road? They don't care because their parents didn't care, right? Because it's been washed out, so they're not gonna care. As I said, I'm British.
Rachel, I wouldn't say that they don't care, as T-Bone said, and as Wilfred said, their understanding of what carnival is very different to how we have it rooted within us. So their perception of it, a lot of it comes from social media, right? And what they see is projected from the Caribbean here in a lot of ways also has a big impact on how it is they then go out onto the road and carry themselves during carnival, right? Before I say any more, I want to get Marcia involved. She's been sitting there quietly, and I want to hear her viewpoint of Notting Hill Carnival. And is she done? Are you done with Notting Hill Carnival, Marcia? Are you done with it, or you? I know you pack up your wings, but they're coming back out next year.
Boy, the wings want to come out, right? But I feel like I'm gonna have a semi-retirement. That's what I'm gonna do. Sun for me was great. Monday, I felt like, yeah, I'm feeling banging in costume. I'm liking myself. I could actually be at home and feel like I'm not missing anything because it was just too much. I name it Manic Monday. Notting Hill Carnival Manic Monday. I could do without that in my life. So I feel like next year it will be Sunday only. I'll be happy with that because the energy is totally different. You know, Sunday is kids' day, families, the vibe, the energy was different. Monday, it's uncomfortable, different. I still had a good time, moments of having a good time, but moments of, I don't really need to be here. Like there are other carnivals I can go to and feel thinking about where I'm going or who's doing this, who's doing that. You know? So yeah, Monday is probably going to be a no-no.
So Monday's a no-no. So your wings gonna
Unless
come out on
something
Sunday. So the wings will come out on Sunday. You're just gonna defy everybody and bring your wings out on Sunday.
I could very well do that. I mean, who's going to tell me I can't?
Exactly.
Nobody. Do you, darling? Do you?
I will be.
Good.
I will be. But yeah, I could do that Monday. I could do it.
All right, Nye. Your position. Are you done with Notting Hill Carnival? Carnival Slayer? Are you done with Notting Hill Carnival?
I have no choice. I have to be a part of it in some shape or form, innit? Like I can't hang up my wings. You know, I have to, innit? I'm just by default. I'm obligated.
You're obligated. Okay.
Carnival says is obligated. So for me, it's kind of like more work. I would say it's more work related for me than enjoyment. But on a Sunday, that's a different flex altogether. Sunday is my time to free up. So, and also like I've always over the years had a better time on a Sunday. For the past 2 decades, I would say Sundays has just been lit, hella lit. You know, from the days when I used to obviously do chocolate. In fact, before chocolate, when I used to just do t-shirt with Keats on the Sunday, used to have a ball. My only criticism was that they used to finish early. Keats used to leave and finish early, right? But I done Keats on a Sunday, then I went over to chocolate. You know what I mean? Like Sundays was always lit. Like I've always had a great time on a Sunday. And I think without the stress of your costume and getting your makeup done, hair done and all of that, like, you know, because it's a free up. So it's just like, and there's less people. So it was just always more fun. So for me, Carnival for me, in terms of Notting Hill, is always going to be the Sunday. The Sunday is the latest day. Doesn't matter what band I'm in. I always have a better time on a Sunday. As for Carnival Monday, it's just stress. It's just anxiety in some cases. You know what I mean? Getting through the crowds. And one of my biggest pet peeves for this year, especially, is the fact that they closed off a lot of roads. Like, how they expect us, the entertainers, to actually get to our band?
Yep.
Closing off roads that are like essential. Like, it's not making sense. And then telling you to go around some next road that is quay down there somewhere. Like, I don't even know what that Mickey Mouse was about.
Yeah.
Especially the high heels and thing, right? I know, difficult.
They're carrying wings and like you've got so much stress and anxiety just to get to your band on time, right?
Yeah.
And then these people, and then you got the feds telling you, oh, you can't come here, you have to go around the corner, you have to go here, you have to. Nah, man, like what was that even about? And especially from Bush. In all the years I've been going Carnival, yeah, Shepherd's Bush has been my spot to get,
I mean, it's much more
get
difficult
to
to
the
get into
route.
the route,
Going
yeah.
through Latimer,
Yeah.
couldn't do that this year. Like, what the
Yeah.
hell? I mean, thankfully, my makeup artist wasn't even at that end anyway, so I had to go sort of nearer towards Holland Park, and it worked out for me, Holland Park, on the Sunday because Island Mass was just near Holland Park, Notting Hill Gate, so it wasn't too bad. That was fine. But imagine if my band was like leaving from Latimer. So how am I getting there? Like, it was just a long thing. So
Yeah.
again, I feel like it felt to me that less consideration is being made for the masqueraders. Like, they just don't care. And it's just like, wait, how? Because without us there is no carnival. Like,
Exactly,
hello.
that's the issue. If we all start drawing away and saying we're done with not in a carnival, what is left?
Yeah.
It's like, so in a way, like, we have to remain present, because then what's going to happen with not in a carnival? So, no, I'm not leaving yet. I'm not waiting.
No, it's just, as I said, it's just not making sense. It's not making sense. But for the Monday, for me, for this year, I had a good time with Rhythm Tribe, but as I said, the Rhythm Tribe. But for me, it was just more for on a work capacity than it was for enjoyment. But yeah, that was it. But I actually had an altercation with a fool. Yeah. Now this idiot thought it was okay, had the audacity to grope me, right?
See?
And I thought to myself, first of all, I was shocked here because in all the years I've been doing Carnival, right? Yeah, you have some like pervy man out there that are trying it or whatever, but they usually keep their hands to themselves, innit? Like, they shoot their shot. No, mate, I'm all right. Thank you very much. Got a boyfriend or whatever, and you keep it moving, innit? Right? But like, this idiot was bright. My man groped me. I don't know. I just saw red for a few seconds, right? I saw red for a few seconds, right? And then you see like these two fingers here. You see how long my fingernail is, yeah? I juke him in the forehead. You know what I mean? And I cussed him. And then security dashed him out. But he actually snuck under. He came under the ropes for a little piece, but security was on top of it. And I mean, I saw red in it. And the thing is, the fact that I actually did that to his forehead, you know what I mean, with my two fingernail, right? And I was like thinking to myself, shit, like, rah, like I shouldn't have actually got physical. But it was just because I saw red at that moment. It really pissed me off. Because I'm just like, how dare you? And I would say that idiot right there is part of the Carney crew. The people that would be like, I'm going to Carney. Yeah? And this is why I'm saying these people need to find themselves in Hyde Park. Go and play in Hyde Park, innit?
May I say something about this?
Sure.
I feel like there is a bigger problem than just the Khan crew. I feel like men, well, especially young black men, they are raised in a way where they don't value women the way our parents used to value.
Okay.
And that's why they feel like it's acceptable for them to go somewhere where they see women that wear kind of revealing clothes and thinking, I can shoot my shot. And it's like when they see these women, it's unfortunate to say it like that, but they just see them as piece of meat.
Yeah.
And that's the main problem with the young generation that we have nowadays. When I came here and then they told me about the rape rate in the UK, I was shocked. I was shocked to see, and even most of the women I spoke to ever since I've been here 15 years now. I can count on literally a hand and a half how many of them haven't been raped. That's how bad it is. So I think they need to it needs to start from there, and then after that they need to take care of the culture and all that. But this is all down to the education.
Yeah, I fully agree. It's a bigger problem than us.
Mm-hmm.
And we kind of gotta start talking to younger people, because I'll be honest with you, as much as you're saying, T-Bone, that it's a lot of the young people in this new generation and stuff like that, I was touched by men as old as in their 40s.
Oh yeah. There's something like that.
You got the nasty people in all levels, all ages.
Mm-hmm.
However, what I said earlier, Rich, in terms of like these fests and stuff like that, breeding these people, is because the platforms that they are promoting these fests on is now opening the eyes to people who ain't even Caribbean people.
Yeah.
These ain't people that even remotely understand, moreover respect what we got going on when it's on the road. So now that they see Carnival as an extension of these fests, or the ultimate spot where these fests would then lead up to, because they're leading up to Carnival. So now they think that Carnival is now the sweet hot spot to find all the women. That was my point. It's not necessarily blaming. I went to Dreamland. Say what?
Carnival have all the hot sauce. What you want to do?
But I think it started with Jam Juve. I think was it in 2000 and was it last year though?
Last year when they promote
it was the year before. But there was one in 2021, right? I think there was one.
Yeah, 21.
So that year, that was the first time Jam Juve appeared on the Shade Borough.
Yeah,
and that's when he went downhill. So as much as what you're saying could be true, the platform that they advertise on might have influenced the kind of crowd.
Of course it does. I've heard people tell me they ain't come Carnival because they only come Carnival because they saw these fests and they went to these fests and the fests were like, and then they come Carnival with the same kind of mentality. But these people don't even listen to soca music. These are drill heads and these kind of things, bashment people. I have nothing against them. I love all kinds of music. I'm quite eclectic. But
wait there, before you say bashment is not, it's dancehall. Thank you, I'm Jamaican.
Yeah. But there's two different things. There's two different things. They class bashment as certain things and dancehall as certain things.
Dancehall. If you're Jamaican, it's dancehall because there's no.
It's only dancehall. But let me interject on this whole. I know that we just touched on the Jam Juve thing, but what you guys also have to remember and understand, right? Firstly, obviously, the promoters in general, they're trying to obviously sell tickets. This is a business at the end of the day, first and foremost. That's number one. Number two, of course, they're very much about keeping the culture alive and expanding on our culture to people, maybe a certain percentage outside of the culture, you know what I mean? But how else is the growth of soca music and our Caribbean scene gonna grow if we're not expanding it somewhat to people outside? That's number two. Also number three, let's not forget the environment. We had COVID just the other day. People on the hype, people wanted to go out, people want to be outside. So that was one of the other reasons why I guess in 21 you probably saw an influx of people that are not from the culture at Jam Juve. I mean, there was a couple of celebrities and certain artists and rappers and drill artists or whatever at Jam Juve, and they're all snapping about it and all the rest of it. But again, they wanted to be outside. You know what I'm saying? We was locked up for 2 years. So just to add a little context on that. But yes, continue.
All right. I will step in here now. And I will say we are all individually accountable for the way we carry ourselves. And then the way we carry ourselves will then show someone else who's with us how things should be. Now, if we as a collective, as the carnival community, have the mindset that we want to maintain the level of our culture, we all have that responsibility, right? Band leaders, DJs, masqueraders as well. And for the way how things are in the UK, and not even the UK, let's go all around the world. Everybody, as nice as they're still trying to find their feet, everybody's still trying to figure out where their head is and who they really are. A lot of people are really struggling with that. Now, that's not an excuse for a lot of the behavior that's not only been happening on Carnival, but also in parties, in festivals, and everything like that. What we need to do and maintain within our own social world and in our social existence is projecting a positive image of what it is we view Carnival as. And if it is we all do that, it will transfer onto other people and it will create a better atmosphere for those standing on the outside looking in at us.
Big
And I say
facts.
us, and I say us as representatives of the carnival community, not the carny community, as Nai will put it, the carnival community, right? And I think that a lot of people try to shy away from that response. They say, no, that is not for me to do. It's for every single person that decides to pick up a flag. If you're Jamaican, if you're Guyanese, if you're Vincentian, no matter if you're from Trinidad, wherever you're from, if it is you believe that the Caribbean culture is what you are a part of, and the true representation of that culture is respect, 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 and have a good time, then we should be promoting that. That's what I would
100%.
say based on everything to do with Jam Juvie and stuff like that. They're they're a business. We can't jam them because they're a business. Everybody that walks through the door that pays their money to go through there, they are accountable for what they do on their own.
Exactly.
Yes, it promotes sometimes a bad image for the business when things happen, but they don't have
They
CCTV.
can't be responsible. They can't be,
Yeah,
as I
they
said, they
don't have
can't be
CCTV,
responsible.
right?
Sorry.
But what I would
Sorry.
say, no, let me finish. What I would say to balance that off is that when things do go wrong, right? When things do go wrong, as a body, as a business, even yeah, as Remstar is saying, Carnival is a business too. We have to take accountability and say there's always things that we could do better, and then we also need to make sure and say, hey guys, we want to ensure that this is a positive impact on the community and the wider community as well. So we should always strive for that. Rachel, go through.
Okay. Right. So I'm sorry, I can't, because all I'm hearing is Jam Juve, like it's the cause of
Mm.
everything. Jam Juve has got,
No, no,
I
no.
don't think has. I'm just saying for myself how my opinion of how I see it. I don't think that Jam Juve has got anything to do with it. I think it's, as I said, it's the culture what is bred in the UK at the moment of how people have been brought up. That's what it
Mm.
is, right? Because let's see, you can go to the Caribbean, right? The young children are still cultured and they're growing up a certain way. It's the culture of this country. That's the reason why you've got these kind of individuals in the first place, and how they're not they don't know anything about their heritage. That's what it is. I say I'm not everything's a business. You've got Carnival is a business, as Remstar was saying, was it, and all these other entities. All they want to do is they're bringing our Carnival, our Caribbean experience to the UK, just like every carnival does around the world, right? It's not their responsibility where they have to be able to control other people, because you cannot control people. right? You cannot control the culture of the UK. All you can do is try to make sure that you have what you call it, good security, so people aren't getting touched up and so on. And you have to be very, very strict. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I never got touched up in my band. Nobody touched me. You know what I mean? And I'll say that I even saw, you know, was it one of the owners move people out of the band themselves as well, like to say, no, you're not allowed in here. Goodbye, out. Right?
Yeah, that's
So
good.
I never
Yeah,
got any
RDR
of
did
those
that.
problems. I
Okay.
never I never got any of those problems. Right?
Same
I
thing with
can say my
Raiders, the
band.
Raiders was good.
I never got no problems in Island Mass. As I said, the security to me, I never had not one problem whatsoever. And people
I
got
ended
dash
up
out,
behind Island Mass.
and nobody touched me. Nobody tried to feel me. Nobody tried to do anything to me. I never got any of those problems. No unwanted problems I didn't get. So,
Yeah.
you know,
The thing is, Rach, I agree with you in terms of like it's starting from the children and whatever. However, do you know how many generations that's gonna take to undo what we're talking about right now? So I guess I wanted to, with what you're saying there in terms of security, boosting security, etc., etc. Those are like actionable things that we could do now to make a change for Notting Hill Carnival for next year, for people to actually want to come. Because if they're hearing, oh yeah, it starts from the home, they're gonna think, the home ain't gonna change by next year. It ain't gonna change by the next 5 years. It ain't gonna change by the next 10 years.
right? It's not going to change, but if you have to look at it like this, right? Carnival has been changing for many years now to the point where I wouldn't want to play. I would, if I'm not playing mass or in a band, I wouldn't actually want to walk through the crowd unless I'm
Right.
with a big group of guys. Like I've been to Carnival with a group of my guys' friends, right? Because then I know that no one's going to touch you. Because when you're walking through the crowd, you're having people grope you, and you don't know who it is who's groping you while you're walking through the crowd. So I prefer to have protection of a band where I can go and enjoy myself. I can only listen to soca because of that's what I want to listen to. I don't want to listen to
Okay.
dancehall, even though I'm Jamaican. I don't want to listen to Afrobeat. I don't want to listen to house. I don't want to listen to.
Reggae,
I want to
nothing.
listen to. I don't want to listen to nothing apart from soca. That's what I want to do, right? And I want to enjoy the culture. That's what I want to do. So I'll only do that. But through the years, you've seen people being felt up. You've seen how they crammed everybody in. You've seen the lack of culture. I mean, the lack of respect that they have. People are having for the culture each year, but nobody's doing anything about it until now. It's become so bad that let's say you've had a bad experience, people putting their hands on you, doing all sorts of stuff. You know what I mean? This is where it's gone now. And it's only gonna get worse. It's just that we've sat back and not done anything about it. We have to have every single band has to be tight. And you also either have to speak to the organizers who organize Carnival and say, listen, I want railings all down the route, and I don't want anyone to be able to come over those railings, and they have to stand at the side and watch parade. And if they want to huddle up on the sides of the road behind the railings and touch up each other and assault each other, that's
Yeah.
another business. But if you're paying anything from 500 to over £1,000 for your costumes and stuff like that, you should
Yeah.
be able to walk freely and not have to be worrying about these nasty individuals trying to
You
jump
feel
in the
my
back.
£100 is now worth a little free walk on the road too?
I never said that. But I'm talking about, listen,
Tell me
listen,
my £100 ain't worth nothing.
hold on, wait, no man. Wait now.
I just
Listen,
want to put on my little short pants down with nothing.
hold on, wait now. When you got that lovely big backpack that you're
£500.
wearing,
I have rent
when
to
you're
pay.
wearing the
I have
backpack,
rent
listen,
to pay.
when
£500
you're
a
wearing,
thousand. I have rent to pay.
wait, when we have our lovely backpacks, ladies, you know what I'm talking about. Yeah? My backpack for the last few years, as I said, luckily, because of the security in Islands and Mass, I have never. My backpack is always intact. I gave away my backpack even last year. Was it to somebody walking past when we come off the road? My backpack was intact. But I understand. Imagine if you're in a band where there's no security and people are just walking past you, mashing up your costume, what you've spent how much money on, right? It should have barriers down the sides so that you don't even need ropes. You should have it where they cannot.
Yeah.
And you've got the stewards all the way down. So people, if you want to take pictures or whatever, you can take pictures from the side and you go party on the side and leave the masqueraders, and then they will understand what culture means, because it will show that there's
Yes.
barrier and there's respect. If you want to
Respect.
play mask, you pay your money. If you
Simple.
don't want to, you stand at the side and get touched up at the side on a business. That's what you lot do. Yeah? That's
I
what
agree,
people
and
do
that would
leaving
filter
Carney.
out a lot of the people that don't want to be there for the real reason to be there.
Thank you. Right?
What's the
And
real
people who
reason?
listen to
Catch wine?
Soca.
The real reason is to catch wines?
Yes, sir.
Huh?
Lines. Oh, I hate that saying.
Catch wines. That's the British way of
Take a
saying it.
wine. You take a
No,
wine.
no. We in the UK catch wines. We're gonna catch wines on Carnival. That's what we're doing. And T-Bone, that
Catch
was what
wines,
catch wines,
you know.
right?
Huh?
That's what I said. Yeah. How much wines you catch? That is what it is. How much wines you catch?
Catch
we were on the
wines.
same floor. I was working. I wasn't whining.
They're not wines. They're too juk. And They're doing
Look.
something. And you're like, what's going on here? No, no.
Oh, Lord, help us.
It's not the one. It's not the one.
Marcia, hi Marcia. I know you're a little quiet over there, right?
Yeah.
So what do you say?
Still again.
What do you say, right? That for Carnival, you dance with a few guys and thing. Would you say that you get wine on or you get joke on?
Oh Lord, that sounds so terrible.
Nobody be talking about wines and jokes.
Yes.
Marcia,
Marcia, you're
it.
not. Marcia, you're
You
not
were
under
just
any.
saying it.
Marcia, you're not under any pressure to answer that
Watch
question.
me. Did you feel like you
Just
get
be very
wine up on
mindful.
or you get joke up on? What?
Be careful, sis. Don't fall for the
Answer the
trap.
question.
I don't want to be
This is based on the road, how she say it. I ask her the question the same way.
I took upon. I don't get took on.
Oh,
I didn't hear you.
I wine
she
pon
joke
was
up
that?
on.
and then I wine pon, some sun, and then I take my leave. Thank you.
Oh, wow.
Stop
Wow.
it.
Wow. No, but seriously, because I would stand up on the truck right now. See, ladies, just getting joke. They're not. There is no waistline there's no rotation.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
There is no rotation. The fan stall. The fan stall. There is no rotation. There's no breeze blowing. Nothing. You understand me? No windmill. You're blowing windmill and nothing move. It's just going one direction. Just so. Where's that?
I just
No,
Where's
it's
that?
true. Facts.
I feel, T-Bone, we need to give them a little whining class. And like create a whining class. Go into communities and say, here we're going on, young fellas. Here we're going on. We're going to teach you all how to keep your head and your neck straight and just have your waistline going round and round and round. Because that's all you're easy.
Scary. It's scary.
The whining boot camp.
How
Yeah?
you mean?
Something.
We need a
Watch
whining
me.
boot
Hula
6
hoop.
weeks before Carnival. We need a whining
workshop,
boot camp
sis.
Yeah,
to actually teach these people.
A whining workshop. A whining workshop. Give them paperwork and everything to go home with.
Yeah, so no, first rule, fellas.
And that's true what Mr. Charles is saying. Yeah, a lot of young girls are there for the joke. That is facts as well. Because
they don't know any better.
I've seen these girls and it's like real like they're getting banged out, and I'm just like raw. Like it's not even dancing. Like
yeah, they don't know any better.
That's not dancing. Like it's just mad. Like you're not seeing that in the Caribbean. You know,
they themselves
like
ain't a part of the culture.
It's wild. It's wild.
I would just like to be like a fly on the wall when these girls are having their conversations after. These young ladies have the conversation after, and they be like, "Yeah, so Charlie, he joke me good, And but then when Stephen roll up on me, he joke me better. No, darling, he whine on you. It's a wine. It just
sounds so terrible, man. That just sounds so terrible. And the thing is, anytime a guy is coming, like to do this juking business, even in fetes, okay, like boy bye.
No, it's the one.
Boy bye.
I'm a big woman, yeah. So when these ones come up behind me and
put
it's
your
that
hand in
hand on the end,
yes.
Hold on. No.
What
was
they do?
that?
What they do? What they
What they
do?
do? Yeah.
They're pressing your neck to push it over so they can look.
Oh hell
Come on.
no!
Hold on.
Nah. Miss me, innit?
No, it's too much. Too much.
And then they have,
Too much.
and then these same individuals have the audacity to then turn around and say, "Hey, you're stush." Yes, I am.
You can't whine.
I don't
No,
And,
just-
and I'll say that with chest. Yeah, I'm stush.
No.
Because I don't know nobody's son pushing up on me and thinking like that this is a field day. No. I'm here to do two things. Either whining or walking up. And even then, I'm very happy to do it solo. I don't need nobody behind me.
Yeah. Same.
Oh, okay, wine and solo.
Yeah.
Hello? Solo?
So
Yeah, solo.
Okay.
Yeah,
So high
and
solo.
that's regardless of whether I'm in a relationship or not in a relationship. I am more than happy to dance by myself. Yeah?
You have a better time.
So let
I
me
have a
ask
better
you something.
time. I hear my tune and I go for it. I do what I gotta do. I jam with my friends, my girlfriends or whatever. I might jam on somebody's son, but I'm in control.
Yeah.
So
I
is the-
decide.
So
Not
listen,
having
is the
someone bend me
relationship
over and all this juking business. What is that? That's not even dancing.
is the relationship wine different from the not in a relationship wine?
Well,
Good question.
boy, that's techie, you
I
know.
want to know, is the relationship wine different?
Over to Marcia.
Well,
Is the wine different? Boy, is it different? Is it different?
Nine.
That getting a bit techie, man.
Look at what happened.
Like Super Trini just went from 0 to 100, man. What the
No,
fuck?
but listen, I'm going off of what you said, Mike.
and have
No, respectful. No, I said even if I'm single or in a relationship, I am more than happy to be dancing by myself. I don't depend or need to be dancing with a man.
And I want to
Or
know
some-
if there's a
or
difference with a
somebody's daughter.
relationship kind of wine and a not in relationship kind of wine. I want to know when you go out there,
Nah.
if it is in a relationship and you know you're going to wine on somebody, right? Man or woman or whatever. Do you go with the mentality after remember I'm in a relationship, you know? I
It's
can't
the
really
same wine,
want to
man.
wine.
No,
Yeah,
it's the same wine. It's the same wine.
It's the same wine.
It's the same
It's the
wine,
same
man.
wine.
It's the same
You
wine.
forgot
It's the
the
same
third
wine.
one, though.
Yes.
But then, okay.
You just do it with manners and respect. You know what I mean? Extra manners and respect. Obviously, if you're in a relationship or whatever, but also that's where the conversations need to be had with your partner. You know,
That's not conversation. It's
babes,
always
it's
there's a
carnival.
negotiation.
No.
Negotiation, not
Wait.
conversation.
No, conversation, man. This is where you need to have the conversation. You understand? Like, especially if your man's not from the culture or your woman's not from the culture, it's very important to have a conversation. Wasn't it? I can't even remember. Who is it that went viral 2 months ago from Jamaica Carnival? That rapper. And they're saying about
Chance. Was it Chance?
Yeah, right. Look at the conversations that was being had. Right? And
People don't
the
talk
missus felt disrespected or whatever, right? But at the end of the day, regardless of whether your man is from the culture or not, it's important to have these conversations. You know what I'm saying? So, and be respectful with it as well, because again, some men do get carried away. Oh yeah, my missus says it's all right to be jamming on another woman in a fete or at carnival or whatever. And then next thing, your man's going a bit, you know, he's overstepped the boundaries.
Yeah,
you know.
This is what Ding Dong was doing the other day.
Oh well, yes. As you're talking about ding dong. Mm-hmm.
Ding dong in, he ding dong in.
He was ding donging in somebody's mouth.
I'm just like,
Somebody was just ringing the bell. Somebody was just ringing the bell. That's all.
Yeah, they were over ringing the bell. Yes.
Yeah, but that was highly inappropriate, and it doesn't. It literally.
That was wild.
But see, things like that do not help.
No.
They do not over sexualize our culture when obviously so-called ambassadors for the culture.
Mm-hmm.
Parties. So we cast them as ambassador status of getting on and doing these things and being.
I don't even know what happened.
What?
Everyone have camera phones, so you never
it.
know. You understand?
What happened? Can you tell me? Somebody.
He had the girl up in.
Yes, T-Bone.
Okay, hold on.
Yes,
T-Bone. Brother, you might want to sit down, brother. Let me sit down.
No, I think he performing, and so he stand up, and the woman underneath him, and she grabbing he couple looks and thing, and she mouth.
No, listen. He literally held her head.
Yeah.
And held her head.
She doing.
Stop doing that.
But she wasn't like, no, don't do it, thing, no, don't do it. She didn't do that. She didn't do that.
She was like, all up in it. She was all game. She was all game.
She's dung in it. She's
dung in the meats.
I call it a lead neck.
Yeah.
Boy, that was wild. That was wild. I'm not gonna lie.
The young was making tea. That's what I'm gonna say. He was making tea.
Not a tea bag.
He was making tea. Even so.
Okay,
right?
Tea. Yeah. Okay.
Making tea.
Wow.
That is what I'm going to say. You understand? But 100% that doesn't help in any capacity, especially when we're thinking from men. From a man's perspective, how other men would see that as, okay, that's acceptable. And from a woman's perspective, what she is doing, right, it doesn't so help and support other women who may have been victims of abuse or, or have been, as in your case, mishandled on the road or in any capacity, anyway, at any point in time. It never looks good. It should not even been posted. But as in our culture, as in the world that we're living in, that's what everybody's going to see more than two people taking a nice little dance like this, a nice little relationship.
One song and you're gone.
Yeah, one song and you go about business, for real.
Yeah, well, this is it. This is what it's about. It should just be one song and you're gone. And these days, the way DJs are playing in effects and these days they're doing 10 seconds. So it's literally 10 seconds of a song, and then the dance is over.
That is why people joking, because it's only 10 seconds.
Quick wham bam, thank you, man.
You don't even get chance. The motor don't even get chance to warm up before they have to move on.
That is true, because you ain't even getting to the next verse.
So now I understand. You know what? I have a little bit more sympathy for the younger generation now as to why it is they're joking more than whining.
No.
You understand? No, I do.
So you're blaming your colleagues, yeah?
No,
you're blaming your colleagues.
Because all of us joke too. Don't get me started. All of us joke the same way. Marcia even said it. She was joking on people, on somebody.
I said why?
Nah, you say joke too. I hear you. Shucks. You know, she was whining on somebody's son. So don't even try that. Look what. Let me just do something for everybody that's joining us and talking in the chat as well. Want to say thank you everybody for being here. This is Slayer's Hot Sauce. Those that in the chat and stuff like that giving your comments, we really appreciate it. We really do. We have a serious discussion with some hot sauce, of course, about joking and whining and relationship wine, and we didn't really get to the bottom of that one. What is a relationship wine and a not relationship wine? But
LP answer the question. Well, it is subjective. But LP wait, hold on. Our question was already answered. You give them one little piece of dance and you move on.
One wine and go. One song and move.
One and go.
But in some relationships, some people don't even dance with nobody else if they're in a relationship. So that's why I say subjective, because some people just be doing all kind of exciting things in their relationship. So anything goes. You understand?
Right.
So it is subjective.
Know your boundaries. Have the conversation and know what the boundaries are.
Period. Now I said it the best. Have a conversation.
Mm-hmm.
As things with your current partner versus your past partner gonna be different.
Of
your
course.
current partner plus your future your partner gonna be different as well. So
Right, let me
make
let
it
me write that
sorry.
down there. Where is it?
So,
And
jam note pad.
Everything gonna be different with your
everything
current
different.
partner, your
Uh-huh.
past partner, your
Yeah.
future partner. Everything gonna be
Uh-huh.
different. Okay, you got it.
So you're
Good.
telling them that at the point of the relationship or during the relationship?
Yeah, man. When you talk about
Not before.
non-negotiables, you gotta bring up your culture.
Oh, so you have
Yes.
to bring up culture. Or if everybody
Facts.
at home listening, make sure they write this down too. If you need notes for that, man, I could give all you know. Let them know about your culture. You like a wine. Um, you like
Before the
real wine.
relationship commences, it's important to
Right.
have that conversation. Yes.
Facts.
If you
Facts.
don't like
Or at
that,
the start.
if you
Or at
Remember,
the
don't like
start.
that, leave me alone, right? Doctor?
That's it.
Yeah.
Nye, the big discussion
Yeah.
about people dancing with people on community debate. Remember all
Yeah.
of that, right? So
Yeah. Well,
basically,
that's, yeah. Is it cheating or is it not cheating? Yes.
Oh
Mm-hmm.
my
Yes, your
And
God.
that
woman
was
there.
off the back
Yes.
of Chance, the rapper. That was
yeah,
off the
they
back
were
of the
saying
rapper,
that.
innit?
It's
No, that was
subjective to each relationship.
basically they were just talking about. Remember, as soon as Carnival was happening, remember the
It's
big talk
coming up.
about the
Yeah, we had
Oh, yeah,
100.
yeah, yeah. It came up again a couple of weeks ago. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I forgot about
yeah,
that. For real, for real.
and and all the guys were saying that my woman can't be dancing with people at Carnival, or they can't be wearing those clothes, or can your woman go to Carnival? That was it. Remember, is your
Yeah.
woman allowed to go to Carnival, right?
Allowed.
And these
Also,
guys were saying no.
Allowed, you know.
Wow.
this is coming from men that are not youngsters. These men were not youngsters, okay? So that goes to show you it's the culturalization and socialization of the people and understanding the culture. It's not just the youngsters that
Mm-hmm.
understand. You've got men in their mid 30s to 40s that
Mm-hmm.
have the same mindset, thinking
Yeah.
that going to carnival is a free fest, touch up women and women's there being loose. So it's not just youngsters. You're right. It is like the third and fourth generation.
Yeah. Yeah.
A few generations removed in the wing rush now. You understand? We've got generations there who they have to go back to grandparents or great grandparents that were born in the Caribbean to
Mm-hmm.
get their cultural, input. So yeah, like you can see from that community debate discussion, these were grown men who had the same mindset as the so-called youngsters that we're talking about. So
And those are the ones that shouldn't be at Carnival. They shouldn't even be allowed around women.
and they're
But
having
it's
children. So imagine their children are growing up following their parents, like understanding and socialization, and then on top of that, having their own modern day socialization.
Right.
So,
Allowed like is their property.
because what I was
Well,
saying, remember, I was trying to dig down on it. What I was saying was this, right? That okay, so you don't trust your woman to go to Carnival for her to be able to say no to someone trying to dance with her or whatever. So I said, if you can't trust your woman to go to Carnival, right, and be able to enjoy Carnival with her friends, right, and not be so tempted that she sees so many men that all of a sudden she has to jump on a man and whine upon him, right? You telling me that means that you can't let your woman go to any party then? No party, doesn't matter.
Correct.
But when it's playing black
Hey,
music,
listen, some man is like that, you know.
you shouldn't allow that. You shouldn't even allow your
Some
woman out because you can't trust
some
her.
man, but some man is like that. Some men have that kind of mindset. I went out with someone that did, and they were from the culture.
Yeah,
no,
So,
that's a
but
whole new
they're missing that part
discussion.
though. Or they're
huh?
missing that part though. Or they're missing that part though. Is where it is
What?
he knows that some of his brethren are going. And he knows some of his brethren's mindset when they go to carnival. I'm giving all you a bit of insight from the other side, eh? So when it is they get on the route and they see her, they're going to be like, oh, well, you know what? I go take a little dance with she. It's not a problem because it's a culture. You understand me? Because he knows that when she reach on that road and his brethren on the road, it's going to be a problem. But I'm not
Interesting.
condoning him saying don't go nowhere. I'm not saying that. I'm saying if it is you want to enjoy carnival with your partner, go and enjoy carnival. You understand me? If it is you're going to bring down the gauntlet because she danced with an ex-man, then you gotta literally be a little bit more mindful and understanding how that looks on the wider scope of things and how it will leave an impression on her mental. And equally on the
Subject.
other side of the coin, for all your ladies who want to come down on all your man, I'm talking about generalizing here. Don't come for me. If it is he go down the road, don't always think he going to horn on you. He going to horn you. He going to look for next woman on the road, and that is who he going on with. He going to enjoy himself. He coming back later. If it is he say going by the brethren house, go by the brethren house.
Oh wait.
Oh, no,
Super Trini,
boy.
you're taking it too far now. You're taking it to
No,
black men don't cheat.
this is serious. This is real
What?
situation.
No. Well,
But
how
it is
we get
real-
into how did we get here, brother? About black men
Because,
don't cheat,
because
yeah?
I listen to what everybody's saying, right? No, because watch me. We all big people here. We are all big people here, and we'll say, yeah, and alcohol is a big part to play, right? Where it is, we will get into ourselves into situations, right? Not me because I don't drink alcohol, but we get ourselves into situations, and if you're in a relationship, things happen. It happens. The
No.
people who watching Snails Hot Sauce, I guarantee you, 1 in 5 of them will say, yeah, I know somebody that this happened to, or even 1 in 4.
No,
I
it's excuses.
You know what?
It's
Let
excuses.
me break. No, it's on
Listen,
both sides of the coin.
we need to all have self-control. Okay, it's about self-control. There's
But if
none
we're
of
talking
this.
about
Oh,
reality, it don't always
Not everyone
happen. Not
has it.
everybody got
Listen, there's
self-control.
some people that drink and get so drunk. Yeah, they don't know what they're doing. Yeah, I've seen
Correct.
Exactly.
it. Male and
Exactly.
female,
Both sides.
themselves in situations.
to the point of cheating on your partner. I mean, come on.
Yes.
People do it. People do it.
Nah,
Yeah.
man.
And remember,
That's-
cheating
Yeah.
is subjective, so it could be
Unless
kissing, it could be
you
anything.
show them, they don't even remember that happening because they blind.
Yes.
They're on
Yes.
autopilot. They don't even know what they're doing. They're just free flowing. Listen,
Yeah.
Yeah.
people take themselves to them limits. Okay, alcohol is the devil. If you let that thing get hold of you, trust me, you can lose yourself. Trust me.
You're so right. You're so right. And
don't
you
put
know
it
what? Not everybody has the ability to sense when they get into that point to start drinking water and tonic water. Not everybody can do that.
Yeah. Some people don't know
Pardon
their
me.
levels.
So, again, these are things that are going to boil down to things that we have zero control over, which is people and the decisions that they make. So we literally talking about that is kind of pointless because when it comes to relationships and them kind of things there, each person is on their own individual journey. And if they're going to do the healing, they're going to do the internal work, they're going to make themselves go through certain situations where they have to sift and sort better through man or through woman or whatever to make better decisions and choose a good partner, then we'll be here talking from now till thy kingdom come. And these people need to go to therapists.
Do we need to go in?
To therapists.
Okay. Okay. Fair enough. Fair enough.
So
Fair
we ain't got no control over them things there. Like me, I like solutions. Right?
The
And
solution is go with your man, go with your woman, or they drink together, wine together, jam
you
together.
understand? Me, I used to record my ex winding up on girls and I cheering he on. Like, don't embarrass me. Because I gonna show up and show out when it comes to me dancing on a man. So get it right, get it tight, and he never disappoint me yet.
Oh, you're lucky.
Hey!
That man could
All
wine
right.
better than me.
All right.
Okay, but you see, I like Must Be Fit's take on that. You see, because this is the thing, right? Once upon a time, I was in a relationship with someone from the culture, and it was like, you know what? I'm okay for you to dance with other people, as long as you're happy for me to dance with other people, right? And we had a good agreement, and everything was blessed. Everything was blessed until
So you don't
I
feel-
was
you don't
dancing
feel
with
the arrangement.
until I was dancing with other people. Then suddenly you want to stick up behind me, right? You want to stick up
It's
behind
good for the
me,
gander, it's good for the geese.
right? Yeah. So I'm happy to negotiate terms. I'm happy to not be. If my partner said, "No, I don't want you to dance with nobody when you go out or whatever," that's absolutely fine. I'm gonna be
As long as he
respectful
also
of
don't dance with nobody.
and as long as he's doing the same thing, not a problem. And if my man say, yeah, it's cool, you know, like a dance is a dance, okay, cool. But even though he may have said that, that doesn't mean that I'll be dancing with everybody. Because to be honest, a lot of the time I'm dancing by myself, and as I said earlier, I prefer it. I want nobody behind me. Whether I'm single, not single, I don't want nobody behind me. I am fine by myself.
Well, must be Fit was very lucky because I used to have that kind of relationship with one of my exes, but yeah, his dancing skills were just so rubbish. I had to go save him. It was so embarrassing. Like, it was just, you understand, like, we can't go, we bad man and one of the guys. I see the girl just brocking me up, and I'm like, oh god, that's my whole man up there. I have to go. I was like, you know what? Just stop now. Stop now.
T-Bone, we
get
gotta
the
open up this
ick.
boot camp,
I
man.
would
We
get
gotta
the
open up this boot camp tonight here. We
Yeah,
gotta
man.
open up this camp.
Yes.
Yeah,
I will
man.
teach him. I send him
Come
along.
on. They have to represent, man. We can't have man them not being able to whine properly, you know.
We gotta get them up to the times. We gotta get them up to the times. You know, make sure
whining
the spine
workshop.
loose.
A whining
Make sure the
workshop.
spine ready and loose. You know.
I sign him up because he ain't got no better.
Some
All right.
WT40. Yeah.
So let me make sure I round up the troops here, right? So we looking forward to Notting Hill Carnival 2024, right? And if you were talking to your friends and giving them the best advice moving forward for Notting Hill Carnival 24, what would it be? I will start with Marcia. The best advice you would give your friends. I know you already say that you want to cut your carnival in half, but
semi-retirement, because there are other carnivals I can go to and know that I'm going to have a good time, and the weather could be guaranteed as well. But if I'm going to advise somebody about Notting Hill Carnival 24, yeah, I would say to them, I'll tell them exactly what I'm doing, and I'd say, especially for people who I have had conversations with, some friends who've never done it and would like it, I always tell people Sunday is the best day, because you don't want them to go on a Monday and then be like, oh my goodness, Marcia told me to come here and is this what it's like? So my advice would be go on the Sunday, definitely take part, be in a band rather than go as a spectator, because I understand some people like to go and be part of the crowd and go, but for me, Carnival is not a spectator sport. You have I don't understand. To me, you have to be in it. And that's what it means for me. It's music on the move, it's mass. And to be honest, if nobody was there to spectate, I'd still be doing it. It could be me one behind come or not, because that's what it means to me. Not a spectator sport.
okay. All right. Thank you very much, Marcia. Rachel.
Before we get to Rachel, wait. Someone's asking a very interesting question there. I think it needs an answer. Super Trini.
I see the question twice come up already. Yeah? I see it come up twice already. I see it come up twice. That is provocation writing. That is provocation writing. I don't know, right? What parameters you and your partner have about how many songs are they dancing to?
I know, right?
I do, because, like we said, you can get 3 songs in 40 seconds now. So that is going to be. So how is it going to be limited? You understand? How you going to manage that? You understand? I said, darling, when you go, right? Every DJ switch up his song 3 times in a minute, that is it. No more dancing. Move on.
I just think that if there's too much connection, if there's way too much sexualization of it, then I'm like, I would give you a little side eye, like, you okay? Because I ain't okay right now, so we need to sort this out. If the hands going in funny places and things like that.
But if you get into a nice little zouk, a nice little zouk tune, and you're ding, 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 with
and
that.
that's
So
fine.
No.
That's fine.
No.
However, there's a difference when it becomes sexual.
I'm from Guadeloupe, yeah. I've been dancing zouk and all them things there. You choose to get like that if you want to, but you don't
know
have
that. I just been advocate here because it have fellas that will have the mindset, watch me, I go in and dance until she tell me that she don't want to dance no more. You understand me?
There is that.
I'm not
There
moving.
is that. It does exist.
I am going to connect, plug in, and I charging.
What's the connection for? What's the connection for?
Trust me.
Watch me, the charging. That what they doing?
Man, you're a real good devil's advocate. I can't deal with you.
No, but
I'm gonna put a next spanner in the works. You ready for this one, people? Because this came up in community debate. Now I want to see if Rachel even remembers this one. Rachel, you remember like about a month ago, yeah, there was a question in community debate about dancing with ugly people.
Oh my God.
So basically the question, someone asked the question and basically said, do you have to be attracted to the person that you're dancing with? Right?
No.
Now, obviously that one's techie now because we've all done it. We've all done it, yeah? Right? Back in the day, especially when I went cocaine, right? You're dancing with a man for time, giving him some good wine. Next thing, lights come. the lights come on, and you're like, raw.
That's why Lyrical said to look back. That's why Lyrical said
You
Lyrical
understand?
said, what did Lyrical say? Come on, remind us, Marsha.
look back.
Right.
Yeah.
Understand? If you look
Okay.
Back when it arched
So
me
now
back.
we've got a bit of a spanner in the works because it's
Look at the
like,
fellas
raw.
covering them face. Look at the fellas covering them face.
Because we've all done it, ladies. You know, I'm talking from cocaine days. You know, if the man's nice, yeah, you get a wine. If the man's not nice, you don't get a wine. But why should it matter? A wine's a wine. If a wine's a wine, why does it matter if they're good looking or not?
We don't watch face, only ways. We don't watch face, only ways. We don't watch face, only ways. I say that we don't watch face. Just understand what I mean. I got that.
You see that if he comes,
Yeah, Bungie said it.
whining good, yeah, and everything going sweet. I just want to look back to see like especially the wine in it.
What you looking back for? It's just a
Exactly.
wine. What you looking back for?
Exactly.
What you looking back for? If it's just a wine,
Sorry.
if it's just a wine, what you looking back for? Take the wine
Okay,
and just keep it moving.
Sir influential. Oh wait, he's gone. I need
What?
Sir
You know,
influential
I was
for
trying,
this
I was trying to
one.
bring him in, but then he disappeared. I know where he gone. He mother
Sir
put the call.
One of my
influential,
friends-
come back, please. We need
One of
you
my
for this
friends
segment.
said, one of my friends said she does look back because cameras are everywhere and she don't want to be caught dancing with an ugly man. Like, please, there's cameras around. Stop it.
Yeah, man.
Stop
We
it.
gotta look after our
If
reps
a
out
woman
here.
is ugly, I shouldn't be whining.
No, that's up to you. I'm saying what my friend said for herself. Everything is
Yeah.
subjective. I don't judge what nobody say because you might be going for your image. This person might be going for money. This person might be going for just a fun time. This, you understand? So I
Hey,
can't judge
yeah,
nobody.
I must be fair. I like what you said there. Could be looking for money because you think about that frontline costume. Yeah, that frontline costume, right? I'm just,
What
I'm just,
is wrong with all you? What is
I'm
wrong
just
with all
saying.
you?
I'm just saying. You know, Trinidad's
You
coming
have
up
to
soon,
cover
yeah.
all fronts, love. You gotta
Trinidad
cover all
Carnival.
fronts.
Miami Carnival is just around the corner, and that ugly man is trying to pelt some waste on you.
What is?
Mhm.
Oh my goodness!
Okay, I wasn't thinking of it like that. I wasn't thinking of it like that. I wasn't thinking of it like that.
Hey,
No.
I'm looking back.
what is wrong with all you?
Yeah, I gonna look back. As soon as you come behind me, I gonna look back. I'm sorry.
I always do, but
Actually,
technically
I'm not even
speaking,
sorry.
ladies,
Never mind.
if a wine is
That's
just
like
a wine, a dance is just a dance. Why are we looking back?
But I don't just dance with any and everybody either. I don't dance with any and everybody. When I out, I am very selective with my wine. I just am. I have a ball by myself. I have a ball, but I can actually practice my rotations and all kind of thing. And then somebody coming and just messing up my vibe, man. I okay. I all right.
Or it's the wrong man whining behind you. I've had my friend's man come behind me and he know the horn of man, and I ain't able for no back and I'll come with me, you know. So
You understand? It's a screening process.
That's a good reason to look back. Yes, screening.
May end up being your family. No, I want to screen everybody.
That is true, you know. That is true. And the thing is, right, I remember one time I went to an all-inclusive fete, right? And I was dancing, just about to dance with this guy. We were dancing actually, and then we got talking. And you know, it turned out to be my cousin.
You see?
Yeah, that's how the solution.
Even when you're dancing, good to ask questions. It's not just looking back. You have to ask questions.
You never know, but I like to look.
It's like, but wait now, me and you's family.
So let's go. Can we answer the question, all right? So we can get back on to so how it is you would sell
But I'm waiting
Carnival
for Sir
24?
Influential.
Yeah, he hopefully come back. Hopefully come back.
Yeah.
Yes.
Rachel, hi.
Hello.
I know you had a nice enough time on the road with Island Mass and things. So for 2024, right? If you had to go to your friends and give them a positive impression, or what would you say to them in view of Notting Hill Carnival 24?
Okay, so my thing would be you definitely have to pick the right band. So you have
Mm-hmm.
to do your research and know which band you're picking, because your band will also impact your experience of what you're gonna, what you're gonna receive for you to even want to go again, right? Um,
Mm-hmm.
Second thing I will say is outside of the band, I would say Notting Hill Carnival is a great thing, as I said earlier on, just long as you pick the right band. But if you're going to be a spectator or you just want to walk along the way, I would tell them don't do it,
Mm-hmm.
because the crowds are too crazy. I personally don't like Notting Hill Carnival anymore. I don't like it, and as I said, and
Wow.
I love
Okay.
I love the band. So the band is good. As I said, I enjoy myself. My costumes are not broken. I have security. It's all of that. It's what's outside of the band that I no longer like. You see where I'm coming from? So I'm enjoying the band, but I don't like what goes on outside of the band. I don't like it. That's why it's like same thing. It's like the only reason why I probably continue is because of us, the people who run Island Mass, they're quite close to me. So I want to support them on their journey, right? And I think they work very hard to try and do what they're doing. When it comes to Caribbean carnivals, I prefer to go to Caribbean carnivals. If it wasn't for the people that I know in, I mean, where I love the band and so on, I would only just go to Caribbean carnivals, because I think that that's where you're respected and that's where you have the most fun, and you don't feel like someone's going to touch you, rope you. You don't even need any ropes. What ropes you need in the Caribbean?
You do
Yeah,
need rope.
facts.
You do need some rope, definitely. You do
Some,
need
but
some rope.
it's not like you're not going to get anything on the scale of Notting Hill Carnival where people are trying to physically touch you. I have never was it being touched in the Caribbean ever in Carnival in an inappropriate way. Never in my life.
Mm. Okay. Well, thank you very much, Rachel. Thank you. Thank you
You're
so
welcome.
much. Miss Pondy Road, she there or she going to feed the cat?
Oh my days.
No, just asking. I don't know. The cat was walking around the place. I don't know. T-Bone, from your perspective,
Okay.
right? If you had to sell Notting Hill Carnival 2024 right now, how would you how would you sell it?
I don't even know, to be honest. I don't know. I would probably mention the fact that it's a good way to learn about the Caribbean culture to a certain extent. But if the person wanted to get invested into it, to learn a bit more about the culture, about even the music. If you go in to, you know, to the sound system, then go for the sound system. You don't even have to learn much about it. You're gonna find your music over there. But if you wanna follow the flows, the bands, you wanna get into the soca, then at least listen to what's coming out this year for the carnival. Get to know some artists, get some knowledge about the music and the culture, so then when you get there, you are kind of prepared.
Mhm. Okay. All right. I hear you. I hear you. So, but from if you had to put yourself in UK lens, right?
Mm.
T-Bone, right? In UK lens, how would we be able to sell that to people outside of the UK and let them know that the carnival that they're coming into is not what they're going to get in the Caribbean?
I'm not sure. I don't know. I wouldn't be able to answer that
Okay.
honestly. because as much as I'm invested into Carnival as a DJ, I don't really know the marketing side of things, and how to present it like that. But as I said, it's mainly to introduce the Caribbean culture to the UK and to Europe as well, mainly. So that's the best thing I could say to them, really.
Okay. All right. Nai, from your perspective, how would you sell um Notting Hill Carnival 24?
Sorry. How would I
How would you
repeat
sell
that
Notting
again?
Hill
Sorry.
Carnival 24?
How would I sell it?
Yeah.
I don't know. How would I sell it? I mean, okay, certain influentials having some connection issues. So yeah, sorry, I was just reading his messages. I honestly, I don't even know. I'm kind of like thinking, I don't know. I don't know. I actually don't know how to answer that. You know what I mean? Because as I said, I'm split. Mondays, I'm obligated. I mean, I'm obligated anyway, in terms of having to be there, coverage, whatever. And I've always had the better day on a Sunday. I think what I would actually say is kind of mirroring what T-Bone said earlier, like in terms of adjustments being made to help securing our carnival or the continuation of our carnival. Because the last thing we want, what we don't want is a ratio of less masqueraders on the roads and more spectators, because the masqueraders don't feel respected. So they're like, nah, bomb that. I'm not even bothering. I'm not even going to take part again. Right. So we don't want that. We don't want that ratio. And then at the same time, we've got to think about the kids' carnival as well. Because then what we don't want is then the parents now thinking, well, I don't want my kids to be taking part in carnival because it's not well respected or whatever, because we need the young generation to help it continue. Right. So I feel like I really would appreciate if there were adjustments to be made. And, the point of, as I said, the Carney crew, the sound system crew, maybe if they were to be, somewhere else, i.e. Hyde Park has been mentioned, then in terms of as a selling point, more people are going to want to take part for the culture in Carnival.
Okay.
So that's kind of my view on it. But also a friend of mine earlier said, interesting enough, I don't know how that would work though, but she said, interesting enough, what if the spectators were to pay to come and see us perform?
Impossible.
Well, I mean, we kind of know it's impossible, but it was just something that entered into the conversation. What if the spectators were paying to come, and therefore now you could like start to wean out all the people that are not there to see
Then that would give the
masqueraders
case that
and but that was just her view anyway.
Yeah.
Maybe
I think
that would help us.
No, I think that's crazy. Around the world, you're not paying for carnival. I just think that you just need to have proper security, meaning by have barriers where it's shown that it is a parade, because having the ropes is not enough. You need to have barriers all the way along, right? Which are high
Health and
barriers.
safety, though, that's what they're saying. That's why they removed it. It's health and safety, isn't it?
Well, but then it's the point that when they've got the London Marathon and all of that, you've got how many spectators? They need to open up the roads then, if that's the case, because the only reason why it's all crammed up is because they close up everything. Right? That's the only reason, because of it's not like there's more people that come to Carnival now. Carnival's been going for years. All of us have been going to Carnival since you're young. right? Was it before you could walk anywhere? All of a sudden, the last 10 years or so, they close up every road. So everywhere you're walking now, you can't move. That's the only reason why they've got these crazy, what you call it, blockages like that, where people feel like they're even dying in there, where they can't even move. You understand? It's the police that created that because they're blocking the road. That's the way how they're saying control it until somebody dies in that crush. You know what I'm saying? That's what's going to happen. Because I wouldn't want to be walking through that crush.
I hear you.
And that's because they're closing roads. How can you have 2 million people and lock up all the roads?
Yeah,
Of
man.
course, it's mad.
That's stupid.
Well, thank you all so much for your input so far. This is Slayer's Hot Sauce. Marsha, on the road for you. How would you sell Notting Hill Carnival 24 to your friends? You know, based on your experience this year and everything you've heard today this evening as well.
So normally when people ask me about Notting Hill Carnival, my tendency actually is to recommend the Sunday. One, because it's less crowded, and two, because it gives them an opportunity to actually walk around the whole of Notting Hill Carnival, not just the route, experience the food stalls, experience all the other type of cultural things that are going on at Carnival on the Sunday. And to join a band. You know, if you want to experience it from the best point of view, join a band. The free roaming and floating around, yeah, people do it. I've done it, and I hate doing Carnival like that. It's not a good experience. You don't feel safe. You don't have the extra security of being with the band. Sorry, slightly digressing. All this talk about the barriers being removed for health and safety, because they told us it's health and safety. You know, we just run with it because they said it's health and safety. How? Because when like Rachel said, the marathon, when they have all the royalty things, there are barriers there.
Facts.
There. Okay, the reality is because they want us to pay for it. Okay, they're not giving us the barriers free, so it makes me start that do they actually want to turn Notting Hill Carnival into a so-called festival? Because we get such a fight to put in place all the things that would make this carnival run more smoothly, but it's been a free for all, no barriers, security is not proper. They are restricting the actual radius of the carnival, locking off roads. It comes out they're forcing us to make it into some kind of festival thing because that is kind of like what they want it to be. Throwing it out there, and I know some people say, no, it's not like that, but I actually think it is going that way for a reason, because that's where they're pushing it. So, but back to what you were saying, yes, I encourage people to actually go on a Sunday, if it's their first time. And if they go on a Monday, same thing, go with a band. Don't go free flow, go with a band.
Go with a band.
Yeah, go with a band.
Jam with a band. Go with a band, jam with a band, wine with a band.
And let me just add one other point actually, because only a few weeks ago I was invited to a lunch and learn seminar to talk about, you know, Carnival, Notting Hill Carnival specifically, right? And one of the questions or one of the things that did come up from that seminar was, how do people get involved in Notting Hill Carnival? Because there's so many people outside of the culture that actually want to play mass. They want to wear costumes. They want to look glamorous and great on the road. They want that experience. They want to be involved. And, you know, obviously that's very heartwarming. But then how do these people get to know about it? So again, one of the points that did come up is, you know, you could say to people, oh yeah, you know, check out, you know, maybe Carnival Slayer's platform, or you could check out the mass bands individually. But I just feel that one of the things that was highlighted is that Notting Hill Carnival, the official Notting Hill Carnival association or committee, need to do more, I guess, marketing, advertising, to encourage people from outside the culture to want to take part. Because how else is, I guess, that side of Carnival going to grow, you know? Because sooner or later, people like us, we're gonna start retiring. You know, yeah, leave the road for the young people, whatever. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, like it's about the growth of the community, the growth of the culture. You know, everything's about growth. So, yeah, I think definitely that's something that needs to be taken forward into 2024. There needs to be much better advertising for people outside of the culture to know how to take part in Carnival. Just wanted to add that point in there.
Thank you all very much for your input. I will just say and jockey back on Annie from Ashato Soca, and she said it. Everyone that's been in Carnival for 15, 20 years, please don't go nowhere. If you've been within the culture for a long time and you know what Carnival is and you know how it should be represented, don't go nowhere. You know, don't say you're going to retire, don't say you're done with Carnival, because you are the individuals that are needed within the community to help the next generation or bridge the gap with the next generation. You know, and I believe that we have the responsibility as people who love the culture, love Carnival. Some people just love wearing a costume and how it makes them feel. And if it is we're able to articulate that to not only the younger generation that's within the culture, but to the wider diaspora as well, I believe it will have an impact. And we all have that simple job that we can do. That job we can all do, 100%. 100% we can all do that. We can all be an extension of the culture to someone else, as I said earlier on this evening. If everybody could just plug their socials before we leave this evening. It's been amazing to have everybody here, and you all impacted the conversation in a positive way, and also in a light-hearted way when it comes to the joking and the whining and the jamming and the rolling and who man and who husband and who wife and who daughter, son, and all them things there. Definitely want to say thank you to all those that were in the chats as well, that made their points too. If it is you only plugged into the live stream now, please make sure and go back and watch it on Carnival Slayers on YouTube. Make sure you check it out. But everybody plug on yourself before we leave. T-Bone.
Yeah.
Get on.
I'm trying to post the figure. How do you post? Oh, actually, do I need to say it?
Yeah, you can say it. You can just say it.
Say it.
Okay, so I'm almost everywhere. You know, if you type at It's DJ T-Bone, you'll find me everywhere. And also touchdown section is my promotion. I'm everywhere as well. So, and there is a party at the end of the month. So if anyone is,
well, I was about to say to you, you might want to plug the party as well.
Yeah, plug it one time.
You, sir. Plug it.
So the Soca link up at Orleans Wine Bar in Finsbury Park on the 30th of September from 10 till 4. So it's going to be nice. Make sure you get your tickets soon. They're quite cheap. So, you know, full of vibes. So, yeah, we did.
Nice. Enough respect, T-Bone. Yeah. Marcia, tell them where you're boxing next.
Where I'm boxing next? I'm boxing you next. I'm on Instagram, Marcia St. Clair _ STCLAIR. TikTok, Marcia St. Clair. And I have a YouTube channel, Homemade by Marzi. So a few things on there.
Nice.
Yeah, nice. Check out her blogs, people, and the blog that's on Carnival Slayers as well. I'm just saying.
Nice. Thank you. Miss Pondy Road.
So you'll find me on Instagram at On the Road UK. Also check out Bim Bam Productions and Back on Our Radio for the Bim Bam Show, which you better tune into on the 24th of September. Please and thanks.
I come to that one, yes. I feel like when I come to that one, yes.
I'm waiting for my invite to Shut the Soca. We can talk.
That's okay. That's all right. Come in here ready. Knock on the door.
Yeah.
Knock on the door. Now, you wanna? Now is the boss. If you want to plug, you can plug.
Well, I'm gonna plug on Rachel's behalf because she's disappeared and she hasn't come back.
Yeah.
So Rachel is the boss of Community Debate, which is on what's it called, on Facebook. So check out Community Debate. We have a lot of debates on there for our melanated folks. One of the topics, a top conversation that's been sort of out of control these past couple of days is that Peckham incident. Yeah, so check out Community Debate, get involved in the conversation, right? So that's Rachel, that's her thing, Community Debate, right? As for me, well, Carnival Slayers on TikTok, Carnival Slayers on Instagram, of course, obviously the good old YouTube, which is where we are now. Share this link, let everybody see what we was talking about tonight. Thank you to everyone that's joined in and contributed to the conversation. I know we've taken a long break. A lot of us was busy over the summer period, but we're back. Yeah. In, autumn, winter, we are back. We're going to try and, make this regular again every 2 weeks. So thank you for tuning in and stay tuned in. So hopefully in 2 weeks time, catch us again. And what else? Oh, obviously Slay Your Experience, photo booth, 360 booth. We got you covered. Check us out. Slay Your Experience on Instagram and also TikTok. And I think that's kind of it for now. And thank you, Super Trini, for hosting as always.
Thank you. Olia, this is Slayer's Hot Sauce. You can find me at Super Trini Vibes. You can find me at A Shot of Soca as well. You can also find me on Sunday for Hackney Carnival. We will be there. The Just Rice family will be there at Hackney Carnival. If it is your coming down.
Hackney, this Sunday?
This Sunday is Hackney Carnival. Yeah, Hackney
Carnival every 2 years.
Show.
Okay,
Hackney
it's not
Carnival Road Show.
It's Hackney Carnival Road Show.
Hackney Road Show, right? Where they have different stages. They have different stages. We will be at the Hackney Bridge. That's where it is. We will be. So make sure you all check it out on Just Vibes Instagram as well as Super Trini Vibes on Instagram. You can find me every Sunday morning on Bacchanal Radio from 9 a.m. until midday. Hey, take it easy. That was you, or does the cat making a noise there, or was that funny?
Listen, you were Bacchanal, brother.
Oh, sorry, my bad. Sorry, not sorry. So Olia, Slayer's Hot Sauce, we talk about Carnival. So finally, before I leave, I just want a yes or no. I asked at the beginning, you've heard all these stories. Some people are not here who are at the beginning of the show. T-Bone, next year, are you still going to be at Notting Hill Carnival? Yes or no?
Yes.
Marcia, yes or no? No pressure.
Half, man. There's no yes or no.
No halves. Either yes. Okay, good. On your road.
Yes, till I'm old and grey.
Good. Night.
Well, obviously, I got a bloody choice.
Sound a bit more enthusiastic, sis. Come on.
No. I'll be there, man. I'll be there. It would be weird for me to not be there, I guess. Because again, as I said in a seminar a couple of weeks ago, the only time I've ever missed Notting Hill Carnival was the year that I gave birth to my son, and that was 2010. I didn't go down the Grove at all. You know what I mean? That was hard. That was very difficult for me. But I guess back then as well, in 2010, I was still in love with Carnival, Notting Hill Carnival. I'm not so in love with it now. So if I missed it, I don't think I'll be as bothered, if I'm completely honest. I wouldn't suffer from FOMO. But yeah, I'll be there, man. Like, all been well. Live to see. Long life, good health, strength, and thing. Yeah, I dare.
You
know,
I could be there until I all angry. That is a long time away.
That's right.
A long time away. Long time away. But all here, Slayers Hot Sauce, we out. Thank you very much, everybody.
Right.
Stay safe, stay blessed.
Yes.
Good night to everybody that watch
Good
us.
night.
All you enjoy yourself, and we see all you on the road for Notting Hill Carnival 24 or at some carnival in between that time too. Boom, we out.
All right. Good night. Good night.